Hi, I'm Susan Stam, and I'd like to talk about delivering Vital Learnings content virtually. We're going to be using a tool called Zoom today, which is very accessible. It has breakout rooms that simulate small group discussion. It's got whiteboards and a chat feature, and it's very affordable, like $12 a month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just what that would look like. I'm getting ready to share my screen with you, and I have a Vital Learning presentation open. And so if I were facilitating the essential skills of leadership, for example, and you'll see that I, as the facilitator, have chosen to keep my camera on so that my participants can have a sense that I'm there with them. That's something that I can choose to do or to not do. And I would introduce the skill points, and then we'd immediately move into an activity. And so in our first activity, we're going to be asking the participants to think about their best and worst manager. And because I'm going to be capturing some information from them in a large group, in this instance, I may want to use my whiteboard feature. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this share, and I'm going to bring up my whiteboard. And we're going to capture some information from the participants in the large group. So the first thing I'm going to do, since I want to capture two pieces of information, is I'm going to divide the board into two parts, and I want to hear about their worst managers, and I also want to hear about their best managers. And so what I'd be doing in the classroom is facilitating just like in the virtual classroom, just like I would in a regular classroom, where I'd be asking them, what was it about these worst managers that made them a worse manager, and what about the best managers? And I'd be capturing their input, just like I would be in the classroom using a flip chart. So once we have finished this activity, I'm going to stop that share, and I'm going to bring the presentation back up. And we have the presentation up, and we are now going to introduce them to the difference between what a behavior looks like, behavioral language versus attitudinal language. And we're going to walk through this and talk about this. And once we have done that, we're going to return to those flip charts. So we're going to now stop the share, and we're going to bring the whiteboard that we were previously working on back up. And of course, there's no content here because we didn't capture that, but if that were there, it would still be there, and we'd be able to now go through the information that they shared and decide, of the things that they shared, what was written in behavioral language and what was written in attitudinal language. And so once we're finished that, we're going to come back to our presentation, and we're going to continue in the program. So the next activity that we have is a writing activity where they're provided with some statements, and they're being asked where is there some attitudinal language in the statement, and what needs to be corrected, and how would we go about rewriting that. And so a very simple tool that we have that we can utilize for this activity is the chat feature. So we'd simply bring the chat up, and the first thing I would do as a facilitator is I'd say, taking a look at this sentence, Bob has failed to make his quota for a long time. What are the words that are problematic? And of course, the participants would start writing, for example, the word failed or long time. And so once we've captured that from them, then what I would do is ask them to be creative and make up some things that we probably don't know about Bob, given this is all the information that we have, that would transform this into a statement that's behavioral. And so you can see how easy it is to do this. So we get rid of our chat box, and we move ahead in the presentation, and then we get into one of our video activities. And so in the video activity, once I've set this up and explained that this is an employee that they supervise, they're walking through the warehouse and they observe this person. And so what I'm going to be asking them to do at the end of the video clip is to share with me exactly what they saw. And so we're simply going to once again go to a new share, find the video, which we have ready to go, and we're going to play that video. Okay, and oops, didn't mean to play that again. Okay, and we're going to come back to the to our session again. And once we would return, we would process that activity. And I wasn't using video streaming, which would be available to facilitators that are facilitating this video streaming. If that was a little bit sluggish or a little bit choppy, video streaming will fix that challenge for you. So these are some of the things that we can do in a presentation, delivering it in a virtual classroom. We can have blackboards, whiteboards rather. We can have video chats, video content, small group discussions, large group discussions, pretty much anything that we would do as we are delivering in a physical classroom. Thanks for taking a few minutes to learn about this today. Bye.